Charles Miskey here. While writing my most recent book, The Mountaineering Fitness Beginner Training Manual, I had the opportunity to put together lists of the different things you might take with you when hiking on the Colorado 14er or some other big mountain in the continental United States during the summer. Now, some of the most important things on that list is going to be water and food. First of all, with water, there's several different types of bottles. We've got the blender bottle. This is a new one. I really like the way it pops open and closed. This is a trail running bottle. It's also another one of my favorites. Classic Nalgene. A bicycling bottle. A general sports bottle. And an insulated bicycling bottle. Something to keep in mind is that if you fill it with water and close it, it doesn't always close the first time. So after you close it, then wait a few seconds for it to rest, close, wait a few seconds for it to rest, close. After the third time, that should be about as much as it'll tighten. And you can still loosen it very easy. If you're going to be putting it inside your pack, you don't want it dumping all over your stuff. Another bottle, a little different, is the flexible canteen. I really like this one because it disappears into nothing when it's empty. The last few times I've been out of the continental United States, I've carried this and been really happy with it. And now for food, just about anything you take that's going to be fairly calorie dense, easy to swallow, easy to digest, and you really want it to be appealing. When you get to higher altitude, sometimes the things you normally like are just disgusting. You don't even want to eat them. Salted almonds. I like the fixed style fruit bars. I like graham crackers, vanilla wafers. I like the Velveeta whole grain crackers and the cookies. They're really good. Oh, classic. Dark chocolate on the summit, my favorite. If you want to go all endurance athlete, you can try the honey stinger waffles, sport beans, goo packets. I use the word goo generically. The main thing to remember is that for an average Colorado 14er, you're going to need about 9 snacks. 6 for the way up, 3 for the way down, and that's if you stop about once an hour for about 5 to 10 minutes and have a snack break. You want to just keep fueling, keep fueling. This isn't the time to think about losing fat. You want to keep that fuel up so that you can make it to the top. And most importantly, so you can make it back to the car. And these are just ideas. You can do whatever you want. Whatever works good for you. These are just some of my favorites. Another thing you want to carry with you is a brief first aid kit. If you're going to be anywhere at a trailhead that's going to have some water in it, mosquitoes, flies, so you're going to want some insect repellent wipes, Neosporin for blisters, sunscreen, lip balm, a couple of antiseptic wet wipes just in case. You're going to want some collection of miscellaneous band-aids, mostly for blisters. Big one for the heels, small one for toes. Some people like to carry a little ace bandage with them in case they feel like they have a weak ankle. For emergency gear, matches, lighter, it's really old school. I think with the modern leave no trace principles, you're not going to be starting a bonfire anytime soon. Don't think about that. Compass, if you don't know how to use it, don't take it. It's just a waste. Many of the Forest and Park Services will publish waypoints, coordinates, and compass bearings for lots of different lots of the most popular trails. In conjunction with that, you can use an altimeter watch. If you can calibrate it correctly, it can help you determine where you are on a topographic map, and with your compass together, they can work to keep you unlost. And if you're in a whiteout, the compass is useless. GPS, again, if you know how to use one, you can take it with, otherwise don't bother. You can download tracks, you can make waypoints using your software that's provided with it. It can help you find a way both to and from wherever you're going. Keep in mind though that it's only generally accurate to within about 30 to 50 feet at any given time. Sometimes the little gauge thing will say you're accurate to within 13 feet, but that's going to be an average over time. I would not want to walk along the edge of a cliff trusting my GPS 100% correctly. It's just not going to happen. Waterproof, shockproof, freeze-proof camera. This one's very simple to use, no complicated buttons or anything. If it's cold and windy, I just pick it up, push the button, and I got a picture. Little Gorilla Pod, flexible pod. You can take selfies with it. Speaking of selfies, another good use for the altimeter watch is to take a picture, 14,265 feet. Got it. Definitely want to take a headlamp with you no matter what. This one has two adjustments. There's the low beam, high beam. You use this to go up and down the trail in the dark. Again, you don't want to be wandering around in the dark on an unknown, unfamiliar trail and possibly get lost or dead. Take a headlamp. If you're wandering around in bear country, Montana, this is used to alert them that dinner's on the way. And of course, a baggie of toilet paper and a bag of used toilet paper. Remember, leave no trace. Pack it in, pack it out. Do not leave your dirty toilet paper in the wilderness for the birds and animals to play with. And then for a water purifier, in case you're going to run out of water on the trail and have an emergency and need more water, I like the Purify cup. I've taken it with me just about everywhere I've gone. Indonesia, Russia, Argentina, some of the worst water in the world, and this has done the job. It comes apart in just a few seconds, screws onto the platypus bottle, which is my favorite way to use this. In fact, it fits on all of these bottles except this one. The mouth is just a little bit too wide for it. Otherwise, it works great. The only problem is for a 14er, it's just a touch heavy for a day pack. But that 4 or 5 ounces is well worth it if you're having an emergency, really. Goal 0, switch 8, little battery pack, plugs in with USB, charges in just a little while. And then you plug in a cable. Be sure you take your cable. And then you plug that into your phone, your headlamp, whatever you've got that recharges, your GPS, anything you need to have emergency power for, this is great. Additionally, the end unscrews, you can screw in the handy flashlight adapter and have an adjustable flashlight. Again, if you have an emergency, you need a light, or you need power to keep your headlamp, to keep your GPS, to keep your phone charged. Yeah, it's great. It weighs almost nothing. A little old school, you've got this knife. To be honest with you, in the 1,000 or so hikes that I've taken in my life, I've used a knife maybe 3 times, and that was always to trim a cracked nail. I've never used a knife for anything. I've never wrestled a bear. Whatever you take a knife for, I haven't done that. Same with the Leatherman toolkit. Again, if I'm not on a week-long expedition, there's really no need for a Leatherman. That's up to you though. I mean, you might enjoy taking it, and if you do have a problem, there's always somebody on the trail that's going to have a Leatherman with them, and that could be you. So there's just a brief look at the various things that you might put in your backpack for doing a Colorado 14er during June or July, a little bit of August. This is not accounting for snow, this is not accounting for a 20-mile approach, any of that kind of stuff. We're just looking at a simple 14er, a simple trail, 6 to 9 hours on the trail, round trip, and this should do it for you. I hope you have fun though, and be safe, and watch for the book when it comes out.